Well, hello, one and all. Welcome back to Love, Death, and Dice. This is episode 1 of the Wild Beyond. Thank you so much for joining us. I will be your lovely dungeon master for the night, DM Turk, and I'm here, of course, with 3 of my favorite people that I love rolling dice with and role-playing with, and just having fun with every single weekend and week out.
Anyways, y'all, I'm Connor. I'm playing Reiner this season, finally playing a bard because you wanted it, so you're gonna get it. So, yeah.
And hi, everybody. I'm Proteus, also known as Children of Proteus. I do all the art for the Grouch Couch, but this season I will be playing a Violet Femmes, the Tiefling Paladin.
Right, baby?
Anime hands.
Right, baby? No, get it twisted. Spice does art, too. Hey. Wait a minute.
Oh, that's true. You know, I do all the art for Love, Death, and Dice. That I should be more specific. Love, Death, and Dice specifically, I do the art for it.
And hello, I'm Fishy. I will be playing the Rabbit Man, the Chaos Fuel himself, the crazy but yet somewhat kind of good guy he will be. It's going to be great and it's going to be fun. I will see y'all on the other side of this. Maybe, hopefully.
This is your very first time tuning in. Let me tell you a couple of things about the Grouch Couch. Well, we are the Grouch Couch. We are predominantly a role-playing group of creative people and creators and streamers, etc., that love to dress up as off-the-wall characters and tell super funny stories.
We take published source books and put them in our own adult humor twist on them as we play through them because it's in our nature. Needless to say that we are a family, not a family-friendly channel.
But that being said, we are a positive channel that is LGBTQ plus friendly. As our moniker goes, we are friends of everyone unless you're not friends with everyone.
We also like to consider ourselves chat involved. We do read chat on occasion. We also have a few commands that allow chat to help or hinder our players to add extra level of spice to the show.
If you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, you will hear commands go off, obviously, in the background notifying you of such things. And if you, my friends, are rewatching the stream and you want to have an influence on the show yourself, please join us live.
This campaign will be live every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on our Twitch channel. Replays will be going up everywhere online for the following weeks, usually on Saturdays, including YouTube, Spotify. That's right, baby, you're going to be seeing our faces everywhere.
As we play, I hope you all enjoy our costumed exploits and antics. And if you have any feedback for us, please leave it in the comments or join our Discord because that's where all the fun is to be had.
Now, everybody, this campaign is following up on our Waterdeep Dragon Heist game. If you haven't seen it, you can catch up on Spotify and YouTube under Love, Death, and Dice, The Dragon Vault. If you are interested, I play a robot.
You do. A Warforged. That was a good-ass campaign, and you can still check it out. This game is going to be set largely in the Feywild, in a world of whimsy and magic and fairy tales, a place where things only make sense because you are in the Feywild. I really hope all you guys like what my brain has in store for you this campaign. But for now, here we go, everybody. Thank you once again so much for joining us. It's intro time. Time for the first episode of LD&D The Wild Beyond.
In a realm where whimsy reigns supreme, the Witchlight Carnival lights up our dreams. Yes, Magic Carnival, its tent so grand, inside a way to the Feywild land. But secrets lurk neath its merry band. We must unravel its mysteries hand in hand. Through forests deep and fields of gold, in search of truths both young and old. Fairies fly and tales unfold. Adventure awaits for the brave and bold. Whimsy and wonder, laugh and cheer. But shadows linger, whispers near. Through twists and turns and paths unclear, the wild beyond where magic's dear. So gather your courage. Don't delay. Embark on this whimsical journey, they say, where every step leads a different way to the wild beyond. Come and play.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so excited. All right, here we go. It's always the first line that always gets me. It's like, how do you start a campaign when you're this excited about it? It's like there's like some big shoes you gotta fill, you know? It's like, what's the first line that you say? Whatever. A little bit of prelude, a little bit of context for us to start our story. You see, you three know, and everyone here knows, the traveling extravaganza known as the Witchlight Carnival. It visits our world once only every 8 years. Each one of you have a dim memory of sneaking into the carnival or working at the carnival or being at the carnival when you were younger, years ago. But that memory has grown foggy over time, though it still conjures a weird admixture of emotions, wonder and awe, mixed with loss and regret. During this visit, your time there, each one of your characters lost something, and you need to find it. Besides hops, of course. But the carnival owners, a pair of elves named Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, were decidedly unhelpful. You have memories of some kind of fey creature talking to you when you were there at the carnival. "Silly little screeching cricket," says the witch. "You forgot to buy a ticket. The carnival goes round and round. The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free and nothing's lost. Every visit, my dear child, has its cost." As time has passed, your heart became less heavy, and you became less and less, you gave less thought to those childhood events. But now, for some reason, as the carnival finally makes its return, this 8 years later, and for reasons you can't explain, the longing to retrieve what was lost and venture back into the Feywild, this feeling has resurfaced, as through an old spell that has faded away, allowing you to feel the loss as sharply as if it happened just yesterday. You see, the Witchlight Carnival has returned, and you find yourselves together once again after your long-led adventure at a pumpkin farm. You see, but not just any kind of pumpkin farm. This is a pumpkin farm with a home on it. A home where Dr. Hops and, wait for it, Violet, your guys' superior, Madrick, lives. He lives on this magical pumpkin farm where the pumpkins grow wildly throughout the whole year. Some of them sprout legs and walk around, and you know this for how magical Madrick is. And we return to our story just as Reiner arrives from his crazy bard adventures at a local tavern. Because Madrick has called all three of you here to his home on this day to send you on a very special quest that deals with your feelings of needing to go back to the carnival once and for all. All three of you together stand in the yard of this home. And Reiner, well, the two of you stand in the yard, and Reiner approaches, singing a song as he walks. Reiner, do you have a walking song for us?
Walking through the pumpkin patch, and then there's this orange lady too. Where's that little bunny rabbit? I wasn't done trying to fuck both of you. Walking through the pumpkin patch.
There you go. And Reiner approaches you two. Now, Dr. Hops, Helios Hops, you know that you know Madrick fairly well. Of course, you and Violet have been working together with the Church of Life for a while, and Madrick leads this church, or at least does his best to do so. And you were the first to receive this message. Now, you are more familiar with Madrick's home than anyone else, being that you spend the most time here. So as he approaches, you lead the rest of the party up to the porch.
I hate those dogs.
Yeah.
They're always trying to eat me.
Oh, don't worry. I got you. You know I'll kick any dog off the porch so they don't get at you.
Please.
Oh, this place is like It's like cute, yeah. It's just like the little pumpkins everywhere, and it's a soft and mushy pumpkin. Has anybody tried to cut a hole in the pumpkin before?
I've seen what you do at most holes you come across, and I'm not about to give you the opportunity by cutting a hole in it.
Well, I'm just saying, the hole would be, like a welcomed, attachment to the pumpkin. Maybe you could do something with it instead of it just being like the round orange things that sits down in the yard all day. But, I'm saying...
Leave the pumpkins alone.
You realize most of these pumpkins become sentient, right?
Oh, that's even better, so they can participate in the pushing.
As this conversation happens, Dr. Hops, you step onto the front porch to knock on the door of Madrick. I'm sorry. First scene in, we're already talking about fucking pumpkins. Welcome everybody to the shit show. Appreciate y'all. Helios Hops, you step on the porch to enter Madrick's home. Now you know and you remember that there's a specific way you have to be able to get into Madrick's home, for he has set up magical locks, securities, and glyphs, etc. You look around, and I would like you to improv on this and explain your thought process, but there is a magical frog, there's a stack of pumpkins, there's a big door knocker, as well as a big pot of water sitting next to the front door. And there's a certain sequence that you have to play to be able to get into the door to Madrick's home without having to disturb anything else going on. What do you do, Mr. Hobbs?
So I hop over to the door knocker, and then I knock it 2 times, and then I grab one of the frogs and then throw it at the water bucket, and then it splashes, the water hits the tile ground, and then it starts blue tracing over to the door, and then the door mechanism releases.
Nice. And the door creaks open. And you can see on the inside of this home, you three, there are what look to be magical mops and brooms sweeping the floor almost as if they were tasked with it, and they're just doing it by themselves. There's also little pots of tea pouring themselves and food cooking itself, and all the dishes are doing themselves. And then out from the back comes a man with a cane.
What do you mean they're doing themselves?
Slow.
Jesus.
Yes, I would like to know how you do yourself.
You know how to do yourself, Reiner. Don't even come at me like that. You're more experienced.
Well, I'd like to see how the dishes do it. Maybe it's more fun.
Yeah. Getting heavy with that Tupperware. What's up? So, you three know that you've been summoned to this abode here from the warlock cleric named Madrick. He does live on this giant pumpkin farm, and as he comes out from the back, he sees you three, and he looks a little something like this. Image share. I have images to got the whole dang thing today, and I'm very excited about it.
A good forking.
Nice. Hello, my 3 adventurers.
Morning, Madrick.
It's good to see you. Hello, yes, Violet.
Good morning.
Yes. Mr. Hops, I see you've brought Rainier, as I have requested. Very good, very good. Thank you for doing that. He goes around.
You're welcome.
He sits at the table, and he gestures towards 3 cups of tea, also at the table. And you 3 sit down in front of him, as you usually do, with the tea. He's like,
wait, is one of the teacups still floating in the air?
Sure.
Can I also pretend to sit down in the air, but with the tea in my hand?
Because you're a fairy? Yes, I love that. Couch coin for you there, Reiner. Love that.
Oh, I like the couch coin.
Yes, you're floating. And he's like, so I've summoned you here today. Excuse my absence, but I've been on a quest and I need your assistance. For you see, I've acquired many treasures and made very many important contacts during my lengthy adventuring career, says Madrick to you guys. And he's like, I would like to pass all of these treasures that I possess and favors that I am owed on to you, Helios Hops. And in exchange, I ask one favor of you three, if you will. For as you know, the carnival returns to our world of Intoxica this weekend for one time every 8 years. I ask of you to travel to the realm of Prismere in the domain of the Feywild, for I have lost contact with my archfey friend Zablina. She is my patron and inspiration, and I would need you to find out what fate may have befallen her, for she rules the realm of the Feywild, and she is the source of my power. Without her I may die.
Well, with a name like that, it seems like this lady would be like, the supermodel or something. She probably, the name makes her sound like the sexies,
Yeah, yes, Reiner, I do think I've known you a couple years, Reiner, and you might find a fancy in her. Yes.
Well, this will be great for me then.
It will.
Let's go find her.
Also, as far as I'm aware, your lineage runs from the Feywild, correct?
Yes, this is correct. You do not see me floating in the air drinking the tea.
I do. Well, I've been unable to contact Zablina for the better part of a year, and I fear something has happened to her. My adventuring days are over, but Zablina has been good to me, and I would like to know she is well before I take my final leave. I know it takes you a little while to process things. Helios, do you have anything to say?
How are we supposed to get back?
Why, sorry, you're gonna have to speak up.
How are we supposed to get back?
When? I'm not sure. Zablina may be able to help you get back.
And you say she was last seen at the carnival?
Well, she
Fight
was last
Sabrina.
seen... Yeah, she was last seen, and she rules over the domain of Prismere in the Feywild. She is the archfey there. She is like, as Reiner would say, she is the queen of the Feywild.
The queen, slay.
Super Slay.
Now, every 8 years, a world is visited by the carnival. It's recently returned, but it will be leaving in 3 days. So I need you three to travel from here to the carnival. And I'm asking you this now, because we don't know how long they will still be here, and... the carnival contains, well, the only route to Prismere. The Fey Crossing, if you will. I need you three to seek out Prismere, and seek out Zablina. Help her if you can, and return here with proof that she is alive and well, and upon your return, all the hard-earned warnings I will give you from my career. All of everything I've earned will be yours, if Zablina is safe.
Okay, so, you want us to bring back, a finger or, a toe?
I'm sure she'll have a way.
Reiner! A body part probably isn't the way to go.
I was thinking...
Isn't that, how you prove, this person is alive in another place? It's when you bring back the finger or toe?
I think that's how you prove how they're dead, not alive.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, being in the not the Feywild, I've learned some things from, people I've slept with in taverns, and they are not, the smartest people, so...
Yes. Well, hi, LV. Darkling said, what are couch coins? So they're kind of like inspiration, and the person with the most couch coins at the end of stream is the MVP of the stream. They get to be on the thumbnail, the show, and everything else like that. So if you feel free, you want to give someone a couch coin, please feel free to do so. Yeah, they're basically like inspiration points, so they can use them to re-roll things and stuff like that. And also, if they get a draw card, they can force another player to be under the same effects as them, which is also kind of fun.
I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
There's a whole Google Doc about it, but we kind of skimmed it. And
You have to show.
yeah.
I kind of get just thrown into things, but I also can't read, so you gotta tell me these things.
We tried teaching you, you won't listen.
That's fair.
No, it's not that I won't listen. It just don't stay in there. Go in one ear, right out the other. It's like a tunnel through there. I get an awful mighty whistling.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is like your ears is like the gaping hole. That,
How many times
anything
I
can
gotta
pass
tell you,
through.
Reiner, I'm gay. You
Well,
ain't got
no.
nothing.
Yes, you have repeated to me this like a lot of the times. Okay, I know that there's no change between me and you. But when you talk about the holes in the tunnels and how things pass through them, I cannot help but, like comment on that. So,
I swear, if I hear you twinkling around my head when I'm sleeping, Glitter Wings, you got another thing coming.
oh, you have nothing to worry about. I have moved on, as you say.
Okay. Well, hey, it's good to hear that Reiner's still up to your same shenanigans. I think that you might have a good time in the Feywild. Yes, I do. Yeah. Gal, I love your...
Spice says holes are
That's
gay.
right. Check out the experience point commands, Gal. It's all down there now. If you missed the session 0, check it out. Oh, Zargay. So, my 3 friends, I have a couple items to send you off on your adventure before you go, but I fear it's all that I can offer you. And on the table, he sets what looks like a bag of beans, some leather armor, and a small little wand.
Chaos card.
There you go! Reiner with the first chaos card of the campaign! What's it gonna be? Everybody, clench your butt cheeks and cross your fingers, because it's the first chaos card of the campaign! Oh, shit.
My butt cheeks like iron.
Hold on, I have to import
Put your
these.
fingers across your butt cheeks. Put
your
your
fingers
fingers across your.
Yes.
No, I have
while
managed to do that like one time on, the slime person I met. You were able to like cross his butt cheeks, but anybody else, I think that would not work.
I have to import these, so you guys are gonna have to re-log into Foundry, okay? Because I forgot to import the cards. So I'm gonna do that real quick.
My goodness.
I know.
Doing it live.
Doing it live, babies.
High
Have one
quality
straight one.
trying.
Don't kill me. You never know. You never know. Let me open this up. I think that's your armor. Yes, so he sets a bag of beans, leather armor, and a wand on the table. And he looks over to you, Hops, and he says, "Now, you being my apprentice, I would like you to pick who these items should go to."
What size is this armor? Because there's a bit mighty frightful size difference here.
It's a +2 magical leather armor, which gives you +2 to your AC.
No,
say
I
that in
meant like
character
the
voice, but-
size of it.
Oh, it'll fit you. It'll fit.
Magical shrinking. Or extending.
Export data. Who's taking what, Helios?
The writer gets the beads. I'll take the wand. And Violet gets the lead armor.
That's a good choice. The same choice I would have made. Now it's time to explain these things. Now, in D&D Beyond, it's literally called a bag of beans. Alright? But basically, inside this heavy cloth bag are 3d4 dry beans. So in a second, I'm going to let you roll 3d4 for me. The bag weighs a couple pounds. If you explode all the beans on the ground, there's a big explosion. But basically, you could remove a bean from the bag, plant it in dirt or sand, and then water it. And then the bean produces an effect for 1 minute from the ground where it was planted, which includes geysers of water up to toadstools growing and walking around, chaotic tree ants and campfires, all other kinds of random stuff. It's basically a bag of beans that creates crazy-ass magic, essentially. He's got no thoughts. All right. There we go. It's back up. You guys can log back in here.
Now, where do we put this item in our inventory?
Yeah.
How do we go ahead and do
In
that?
a word.
Give me 1 second here.
I must be Moby. Oh no, it's darkly.
Card stack. Import data. Hold on. Importing our cards. So we can roll chaos cards. I knew I forgot something. Aha! Okay, before we move forward, I get to draw Reiner's first chaos card of the campaign! Yay! Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Random. Have it. Draw. Great. This card is flashback. You have a flashback about your character. Describe the sequence like a noir story. Awesome. I'll let you do this, but first we're going to explain what these magic items do and how you guys can add them to your inventory, alright? Fair enough. So, on D&D Beyond, you can actually go to your little items list. You could type in leather. What I'm going to do is I'm going to display this here over in Virtual Tabletop. And I'm wondering if it's just going to send it. Does it send it? Draw one card from... No, it did not. We're learning, boys and girls. There it goes. Bag of beans. Yes, that's what you get. It's in the virtual tabletop. You can see it now. Let me read chat here while this
Virtual tabletop?
In the Foundry, yeah.
Okay.
The word magic has been banned. So every time we say magic, we have to drink. That's gonna be really hard in this year campaign, Darkling. That's gonna be really hard. Alright. +2 leather. So you get a +2 bonus to AC while wearing this armor. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Go. And we'll make sure it gets all added in. For now, don't worry about it too much. But I just want you guys to have a basic idea of what you're kind of dealing with here. So I'm sending them over to the chat in Foundry. Okay?
My Foundry's not opening.
Oh.
Now, I can't get it to load. It's being a frightful bit annoying. Let me just tell you what.
That's fair.
Mine is open. Would you like me to roll my 3d4 for the beans?
No, only when you want to use them.
Only when I
the 3D4,
want to use
the
them.
3D4. Yes, please. Roll me the 3D4. Tell me
Oh,
how
it's a
many beans you have.
3d4.
Yes. How many
Okay,
beans
here we
do you have?
go.
7 beans.
I have the 7 beans. Wow.
All right.
Not terrible, not terrible.
Dr. Hobbs, this wand is very special to me. It's the wand that I use through my adventures. This is the wand of the War Mage. It's +2. While holding this wand, you gain a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls. It's a +2 wand. It gets you started on your adventure. That is a good amount. Hell yeah. There you go. Okay. Now that you have your items, before you go, is there anything you would like to say?
Well, it's always a pleasure to let you have us in your house. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thanks,
And
magic.
our first little bit of chaos here. Flashback time, Reiner.
I was trying to find like the effect where I could do like the black and white on myself and make it like, you know, the more believable.
I could do that.
Is there any way you could find me like the noir music?
This music is what you get.
Okay. Flashback. Earth.
Yeah.
Grayscales. There we go.
There you go.
That is doing it for me. It was just yesterday I'd met mine, Selena Trax. She was a beautiful lady. She was very sexy. I liked that about her. that she was sexy, you know. But that's besides the point, because just recently, I've stopped seeing Selena Trex. I wonder where she is. Did she decide to screw my Vina and skip town? Who knows? But I'll find out. That is all I have for my flashback.
Okay. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. And Madrick looks at you and he goes, well, it sounds like to me that you have more than one reason to return to the Feywild, Reiner. Especially if she did screw your Vina and then skip town.
Yeah, she's like, you know, she taught me how to sing the songs and stuff on the, you know, the tiny guitar, so
Yeah.
she's kind of important, but, you know, not like really important in the sense of, you know, like my sexual journey. But, you know, she may have, you know, had the relations with me when I was like, you know, still considered a fairy child and opened me up sexually to, you know, all the bard things that are, and, you know, she's a huge reason why I became the bard in the first place. And, you know, all these things about, you know, my sexuality that is currently, you know, all over the place and I don't know where I'm going. But, you know, it's not a problem. Not really. I don't care.
You need to talk to somebody.
You know, Reiner,
Yeah, we
I'm
can
here
talk
if you ever
privately
wanna
and-
talk. Yeah.
Like we
The
can
only
just
thing
keep
that I
it
do
between
privately
me,
is
you, and the
myself,
fence
so.
post.
Okay. Seems to me you might be reflecting emotion with sex, but that's fine. Okay, you three. You must venture through the forest and get to the carnival. It's only a couple hours' travel from here. It's right around the corner. I will be here when you return. And if you need anything before you find your way to Prismere, make sure to return to me. For now, I will return to my studies. Helios Hops, this is your final trial, Helios. If you manage to save Zablina, you will go from being not only my Padawan apprentice, but from being a full Jedi. I mean,
Will I be
being a
able to
full-
sit on the council?
a full cleric of life. May the life be with you, Helios.
May the life be with you.
And off you are.
All right, guys, let's talk to it.
Do you want me to carry you?
Oh, please.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do
let's
that
just
on
scoop
film.
you up. No, we're good. We're just gonna. I'm just gonna scoop him up under my arm, and we're just gonna go off.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. I was very excited about all that. That was a good little intro. You know, cheers everybody. Thank you so much for being here. God, I'm so excited to be doing this campaign. I'm gonna tell you, it's full of wild whimsy and other kinds of shit, and it's just right up our alley, and I'm just so excited. Cheers everybody. Dr. Hops, did you take some medicine? Oh, you see, Hops is always shaky. And it's only Reiner's music that can make him stop shaking.
So that's the only reason why
Yeah.
they let me stick around. Otherwise, they think I'm like this disgusting pervert, but I think they are just like, you know, sexually, they're close-minded, probably.
Well, I'm now
I
thinking
just
you're the
think that all
victim
the
of
time.
abuse, but you know, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it.
No,
Hey,
I don't want to talk about these things. The only things that me bringing this up is make me want to go fuck more people. That's the only things that I want to do now.
Yes,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
coping mechanisms at its finest.
Okay.
Listen, I think all three of us know a little bit about like unhealthy coping mechanisms. All I'm saying, we can talk about it whenever you like. It just has to be between us and the fence posts. You don't gotta tell nobody about nothing. We won't
Make
judge
it
you.
between us and the crystal.
Oh, you and your crystals.
Well,
All right, you guys.
okay.
That conversation happens as you're walking to the carnival. Now, as you get closer, you can see. You can see the first stars of night twinkle above the apricot sunset Giant dragonflies whir overhead, trailing streamers, and a low mist curls over the ground as you approach. You can see through a floral archway. You glimpse wondrous and vibrant creatures, elf stilt walkers, dancing fairies, and painted performers. Everywhere there is laughter, pixie dust, giant bubbles, and the wistful tune, of a whistling calliope.
Is there like,
Yeah, go ahead.
you know, is this like, there may be like, I don't know, it's a kissing booth somewhere?
Inside, maybe.
Oh, I might have to visit that.
Mm.
Do a lot more than kissing, if you know my meaning.
Like we could just attend anything.
You can see, up ahead under the archway, a ticket booth with a small, raccoonish looking creature in a red suit yelling at people as they go by. The three stand in awe.
Is that Zachariah?
Might be. Let me show you what he looks like.
Oh, that's not Zachariah.
A silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of the ticket booth, and it's surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky, with shooting stars arcing all across it. You can see this raccoon in this suit behind the ticket counter, peering at all three of you, quizzically, through a spyglass. He lowers the spyglass and calls out to all three of you. Well, you better come on and come right up if you want to get your tickets for the carnival. Why are you standing so far away? Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. To the Witchlight Carnival.
Well, I'm not just standing, I'm more like the floating over, but I guess I'll kind of like float over there and, you know, see if I can get mine tickets.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
approach.
let's go.
And he puts down his spyglass and he just looks at you and he's like, well, what'll it be?
A ticket for the carnival?
A wicket for a farnival? I'm sorry,
you know,
little
the-
fairy. You're gonna have to
Oh,
speak
no,
up.
no. I'm saying the ticket for the carnival, you know, the attractions that you are currently standing in front of. I would
Wicket
like
for
to
the
get
carnival.
inside.
Okay, look, I'm not attracted to you. But hold on one second. And he pulls out this big old ear horn and puts it like right up on your face and puts it to his ear and he's like, say again, sir.
I would like to get inside the carnival, you know, the place where they're having the fun, the big top and the tent and all that.
Okay, fine. You don't gotta yell at me. Jesus. Now, would that be one adult?
Oh man.
I guess we are all trying to get into the carnival. You know,
Ah.
me, the big lady, and then the tiny crack bunny.
The
We
big
all
lady,
like
you
to
say.
go in there.
He pulls out his spyglass and zooms it in to Violet. Oh my stars. Is that Violet Femmes?
It is. How we doing?
Well, it's good to see ya. You know, you used to work here, and I gotta say, you've been missed.
I mean, you guys got plenty of other acts besides me just lifting things.
That's true. We do have a lot of acts here, but the big lifting helped us move from place to place. You know, you also used to
That's
help me a
fair.
lot, translating and what have you. Well, I will say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Violet Femmes, actually, I seen your name on the registry recently. He starts skimming through the book. Well, now, usually it's 8 silver pieces per adult to enter here, but it actually looks like, Violet Femmes, someone's already purchased you a ticket today.
Well, hot darn.
Yes.
Does it say who?
Big poo-poo. Say again?
Does it say who?
Oh, God, you don't have to yell. It doesn't say who did it. But Here you
Well,
go. Here's your ticket. Now, I do have two names under here as well. It looks like I've got a Dr. Helios Hops and a Rhina. It's scribbled. Rhina? Are you Rhina?
Yes, my name is Rainer. I am, it's a famous performer, and the untamable sex beast among the land.
Untamable sex beast. I think I did actually hear that right. Okay, that's fine. But what I will say is that I've got a ticket for each one of you. Someone has already purchased them. You must have good friends in high places.
Oh no, this cannot stand, my little friends. Like, we cannot take them for free. Here, have some. I recently acquired these beans. I think they have some sort of value. So you can have a bean if you like.
Ryder, you know we were sent here by Mandrick. I imagine Mandrick's the one that bought the tickets.
No, this is not true. You cannot take something without giving something. I learned this in the sex school.
I mean, didn't you learn the Feywild that you can take whatever you want? You just gotta ask for it. Like this, Fine Raccoon, can I have your name?
Yeah, of course. My name is Nicholas Midnight.
The deuce, it's not your name anymore, it's mine.
I don't know if that's the way that works.
It's how it works.
Wait a minute. Wait. Have you taken my name?
You can have it back, sweetheart. I give you the name.
Oh.
Nicholas Midnight.
Well, thank you. My name will live in fame. Nicholas Midnight. The only best raccoon.
You misspelled it!
Oh no.
You never fix that!
Night full of magic. For a carnival, you can bet that this chaos card is for none other than Violet. Holy shit. Backstage bard. Cheers, buddy.
He's literally like, I'm the bard on the stage, and he's the bard that's like in the backstage, and he's giving these poems out.
I thought he was the guy that lived in your asshole.
All right, here we go.
No,
Second
that's not my backstage.
Draw.
That's like my downstairs.
Your character crushes on an NPC they've recently interacted with. Look at that face. Well, everybody, I'll tell you, I'm Nicholas Midnight. I gotta say, Violet, all the times you used to work here, even though I may be an old raccoon, aging, I always thought your strength was of the best. Of the strength that anyone could have. Like as if you, big lady, could just carry me to bed.
I mean, before I had my sexual awakening, before I realized I only really like ladies, I had a bit of thing for you too. I like a bit of fuzzy ears.
Oh.
Wait.
Good thing that I am a lady, indeed. And Nicholas is a free name. I'm Nicholas.
So wait, your name is
Raccoon.
Nikki Midnight?
That's right, Nikki Midnight.
I'm sure you could search that name on like a website that has like an orange and black logo and probably find something real.
Yeah. Also someone dressed up like a raccoon, probably. Anyways, I'm Nikki Midnight. It's good to see you, Violet, and I will be all around the carnival all day. Maybe me and you can get some cotton candy together later.
Well, wouldn't that just be the bee's knees? I'd be honored.
I
heard
would also
somewhere.
Be honored. Goodness. This crush card is beautiful. These are the new chaos card designs, by the way, everybody. I'm working hard on them. The idea for these chaos cards is to actually put them up for other people to be able to use. And our lovely artists, Proteus and Spice, and working hard and making sure these designs are cool. And so if you're a streamer or D&D player and you want to be able to use some chaos cards on your stream, let me know. Also, we're developing a streamer deck that has nothing to do with D&D. So if you're just a video game streamer or whatever, and you want to have some fun with these chaos cards, let me know, because we're also developing another deck, and we are looking for playtesters, all right? Yeah. Over that. Now, one last thing before you go. I've got a map for each one of you. Of course, before you go to the carnival. Now, Violet, I know you used to be here, but things are a little bit different than what you used to remember from 8 years ago. So, I'm going to go on ahead and give you these maps.
Is it mostly pictures? Because, I can't read.
It is mostly pictures.
Okay.
Passes out this map here. Go over here. Whoop, just a little bit bigger for you. And I'll send it in the chat as well, if I can. He passes you this map, and then he hands each one of you a ticket. Oh, let me fix this. He passes you each one of the ticket, and then Nikki, Midnight, begins to explain that each one of your tickets is worth 8 punches. So every attraction you go to needs a punch to be able to go to, whether that be a stall or a ride or whatever. Each ticket can have 8 punches. If you would like more tickets, you could always come back and you can barter with either gold or with fairy things to get another ticket if you want to do more rides and attractions. But each ticket is worth 8 punches. And after Nikki hands you the map, they hand you the ticket that looks a little something like this. I'm here for a brief moment. I'm tired. Well, Scott, thank you for dropping in, buddo. Appreciate you for joining us. Now, before you go in,
Luigi.
do you guys have any questions?
No questions.
Nikki, when's your
No.
shift end? When are you done for the night? When do you switch out?
Well, my shift ends in 3 days. But, you know, I can get off and have some fun and get off. If you know, it's just one little step at a time. Around here at the carnival, everything's always chaotic. Usually people stop coming in around midnight, so I wander.
All right,
That's
you
why
come
they call
find me
them
then.
Nikki Midnights.
Sounds good.
So like, you know.
So really like some like edgy ass person with like some crazy ass made up name.
Now, Nikki, is Teresa still here? Am I gonna find her around?
Well, you might over at the bubbling teapot, or maybe even over by the carousel. You're gonna have to look for her though. I don't know if she still goes by Tracy. Has been 8 years, but give her a look. And you know, we do still have a tribute to you up around here. Just keep an eye out for it.
Oh Lord,
That's right.
can only imagine.
Okay, you three take your first steps into the carnival. And when we come back in 5 minutes, we're going to see what the hell the deal is. Because we're going to take a 5-minute break, everybody, for these guys to get a rest and everything else like that. But before we go, we're going to do us a thumbnail pose, as we always do. If this is your first time viewing the show, the way that we do this is you guys get to throw out random poses into chat. And then these guys will do their best to pose as them, however the hell they might interpret them. And then we screenshot them. We make memes and other kinds of stuff. Fun shit for social media and also like Discord and just fun little shenanigans. So if you guys in chat have any suggestions for thumbnail poses, please feel free to throw them into chat and they'll do their best. We'll take the first couple 3 before we get out of here. If you've got any pose ideas. Violet carrying the boys. On the back. Scoot in, boys. I can help. Lean the other way, Connor. There we go. Very good, very good, very good. We also got Vogue from Aloha Disney. I don't know what that means, but do it.
Vogan's when you do this. You do the squares around your head. You do the Madonna Vogan. You know, you do a little bit of Vouge. Vouging is the squares around the head.
All right. Last one. Hear, speak, see no evil. Big ears, you've got hear. Tiefling, you've got speak. And Reiner, you got glasses, so you've got see. Go. All right, everybody, we'll be right back in 5 minutes to see what the hell's up with this carnival. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right. Hello one and all, welcome back to The Wild Beyond. This is episode 1 of Love, Death, and Dice, The Wild Beyond. Thank you so much for being here. I'm your Dungeon Master Turk, of course. I'm here with these 3 lovely lads. Yes, as we last left off, these 3 just got their tickets and their maps, and we're heading into the carnival. Now, on our break, I did go ahead and send over the map to each one of these guys so they can see it a little bit better. But let me open it up here, because at this point, you guys get to decide where you want to head to first. And the way this is going to work is while you're walking, it takes, I don't know, maybe about 30 minutes or so to get from one place to another. But you could feel free to walk and go any place that you want to go. But, hold on. First, cheers. I'm friggin' thirsty. Hi, Slappy Balls. What's up? Love you, buddy. First, as you enter into the carnival, under the large archway of flowers, pixies zoom past your face. You see the big, singing elephant walk past you. As you guys enter, you pass the Lost Things entrance, and then the Lost Things area, the Lost and Found, basically. And then up ahead, you can see a huge tent. You can see a sign that says The Big Top. The roof of this tent reaches towards the night sky in 3 swooping peaks with spinning gold stars above. Painted wooden panels on the tent walls whir in colorful motion, displaying vibrant circus performances. Some of the signs in the front say, "Who will be the king? Will the show happen tonight?" Another sign says, who?
An item.
Oh, nice, Ray. Right next to the trash, near some slop and some pots, there lied a random magical item for the one Dr. Hobbs. Yes, dude, Ray, yes.
Hooray! Thanks, Ray!
There you go. One of the signs says, "Will the crowning of the Witchlight monarch happen? Only full happy vibes will make the ceremony commence." As you 3 step into the carnival, Hops, you look down to the ground to see. Look, we're back to the cards. We're back to the cards, Hops. Are you ready?
Ground score!
Ground score, baby. This here is a deck of random magical items. They are produced by, dang it, I forget their name, but they're the folks who make the awesome animated deck of mini cards. They also make these magical item cards.
Saddlebag?
Yeah, Griffin Saddlebag is what this here is called, and we've got 1, 2, and 3 mixed in a deck. I've taken out all the cards that we've used previously in other campaigns, mostly, at least. And so we shuffle, and then I'm gonna pull from the bottom, so I don't know what it is. This is what you get. There's my hand over there. The Socks of the Well-Rested. That's what you find on the ground, Hops. You see a pair of socks and you pick them up. Now, you can attune to these socks. Uncommon. Actually, they don't require attunement. Wearing these comfortable enchanted socks allows you to recover an additional hit die upon finishing a long rest. You must be wearing both socks on your feet in order to gain this benefit. You can only benefit from wearing 1 pair of these socks at a time. Additional hit dice socks. That's what these are. You could thank Ray.
I would like to roll them up and put them in my backpack. And then my nice sleepy time socks.
Hell yeah, dude.
Do they got nice grips on the bottom for like a grippy sock vacation?
Yeah, they're
Are
like
they-
carrot shaped.
Are they like the soft socks, or is it like the ones that are crispy and they're like hard to bend?
Hard to bend.
Really
Okay,
hard
well
to bend.
that's good.
At this point, as you guys enter, before you get a chance to decide on where you want to go, which I hope you've been debating on, a 12-foot tall walking tree walks past you guys, garlanded in golden ribbons that match the decoration around, he marches down through the entrance. Emerald clouds swirl above the tree, and as he shakes his branches, raining down golden, spinning sycamore seeds. Fairgoers all around try to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. And as the seeds gently fall, a chatty squirrel, small, runs around to the different fairgoers and gives them little dandelions that people start wishing and blowing out. As you three step forward, if either one of you would like to try and catch a sycamore seed, please roll me a dexterity check.
I would like to catch one. Oh, I almost
I would
rolled
too.
it.
Also give it a go.
Right.
I got an 18.
Nice.
I got a 16.
Nice. And...
I got a 13.
Right. All three of
My
you pass.
lucky number.
So all three of you run out and attempt to catch a falling sycamore seed, just before it touches the ground. Doing so, any creature that catches a seed before it hits the ground receives a gift, determined by rolling a d8 on the gifts table. Now each one of you catch these gifts. Each one of you roll me 1d8.
Oh, I have the 8.
Nice.
I got a
And
6.
and a 4.
I'm at 7 now.
Right. Therefore, you gain from this gift a d4. Pops. You gain a d4 that you can add to any ability check before the next dawn. Violet, the seed turns to a gold piece in your hand. You get 1 gold piece. On an 8, Reiner, you can add a d8 to any one ability check that you make before the next dawn.
Oh, this is good.
Very good. Now, the squirrel runs around. And you could hear he's got like a very fancy kind of like voice. He's like, well, now, I'm giving you all these dandelions. Here you go, here you go, here you go. If you want to make a wish and blow, for one day your wish may come true. And then he scurries away and continues giving dandelions to everyone. If you want to blow out a dandelion and make a wish, do not tell us what the wish is. But I would like you to write it down either on a piece of paper or on your character sheet during the next break. Don't forget, because these wishes may become important later if you would like to make a wish.
Will they become important later in this episode or important later in like the next episode?
Like, later.
Oh, later. Okay.
I don't know how to write, so I'm just going to have to remember.
Okay. Whichever one of you guys do make a wish, let me know so I can remember that.
I
I'm
got
just
my
gonna
wish.
take the dandelion and put it in my book and close it.
Nice. That's fun. Rhina?
I'm going to make the wish as well.
Okay.
And blow.
Alright.
I'm
God.
also making a wish. I just can't write it down. But I won't forget it. It's mighty important.
There you go. The big tree and the squirrel head off together towards the festering orchard up to the northeast here of the carnival. But at this point, you guys stand around with random patrons doing their things and running around, having fun. And you get to choose where you would like to go. This is your first kind of like free time. You have the map. You guys can feel free to gander at. Let me know where you would like to go to.
Well, you were saying that you had like the friend here. Do you want to go find your friend? And we could like see the attractions around as we're looking. I think they said something about the bubbles. We could go look at whatever the bubbles are. You know.
Yeah, that it's a bubbling like teapot, if I remember correctly. It's like a tea house.
Okay. Why don't we go there?
She's-
We can look for your friend and like, you know, have a little bit of fun as well as we
Yeah.
go.
Teresa's a bit of a mystic, like a fortune teller type, so she's a dryad. She's like a
Okay.
tree lady.
It's a tree, yeah.
She used to be my roommate when we were traveling together in the carnival here.
I know where Tracy is, and Tracy is not there.
Risa.
Yeah. She's not there, but you guys can head there for sure. Thinking that's maybe where she would be.
The sex bubbles of the teas. This is not what I'm talking about, Galatia, but, the sex bubbles are sometimes welcomed, depending what office they are coming out of. It could be like, it's a good bubble or it's a bad bubble.
I mean, is there anywhere I might remember there might be like some fun games I can introduce these two to?
So, as you guys are walking to the bubble teapot area, it takes a little while to get there. But as you're walking, you do pass by a couple of small-looking stalls. Okay. You pass by a couple of small stalls. All of these kind of familiar to you, Violet. You see one of them says, "Catch the dragon by the tail." The other one says, "Gnome poetry contest." And the third one in this area says, "Outstare the Cyclops."
Oh, Reiner, you might find that the gnome poetry one mighty fine with all the songs you sing. You might do real good that gnome one.
I suppose I could do this gnome poetry.
Sound the rhyme. It's time to rhyme. You bring the poem and we'll bring the gnome. A little gnome says.
My teacher, she was a gnome.
Your teacher? Well, if you want to rhyme, step right up and together we will have a good time.
Okay. So I hand him my ticket so he can do the punch on it, or?
Hold on. Yeah, you step up and he's like, "Well, what seems to be your name, my friend?"
My name is Reiner.
Ah, Reiner. Like a rhymer. Good to have you. Good to have you.
Oh yes, it's very wonderful to be here.
Do you think you're going to be good at this game?
Maybe. It seems like, I'm more used to like the songs. Sometimes the songs they rhyme, but sometimes if they rhyme too much, they don't sound as good. So, we'll see.
Okay. Well, hand me a ticket, my friend, and he puts a punch in it, and he steps up on this tiny little stage, and a small little group stands around. And he's like, "Well, we're gonna go one-on-one, me and you, and tell our rhymes together, SQ. And if you win, then you will win a small prize that we have to give to you. Something that rhymes with prize. Would you like to go first?" I'm not the best rhymer.
Sure. Do I just say the phrase?
Yeah, so what's going to happen is we're going to do 3 rounds. You get to say a phrase and then roll a charisma check. Even if you can't come up with something on the spot, your charisma check is really what matters. And we're going to do contested charisma checks for all 3 rounds, all right?
Okay. So
Okay.
wait, do I have to rhyme in my phrase, or are they rhyming off of my phrase?
Your own phrase.
My own phrase I'm rhyming at. Okay.
Is this like a rap battle, but rhyming?
Kind of, yeah.
So I start with my phrase. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, in this game I shall pass because I have a nice, tight, round ass.
Nice, dude. Roll me charisma
And then
check.
here is my charisma check.
Yes.
That is a 21.
Fucking shit.
Damn, look at them cheeks.
Yeah, the crowd explodes. Ah, the ass! And he says, "All right, well, here we go. Over a hill, over dale, through brush, through briar, over park, through pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere, swifter than a moon sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green, to cowslips tell her prisoners be. In their gold coats, their spots you will see, those be Rubens, fairies' favors, in those freckles live their savors. In those freckles I must go, seek somewhere dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. You got a 21. Oh, shit! He got a 21! Wait a minute. It's a tie. The crowd also rolls for him. What you have then, old fairy chap? What do you got?
It does not matter that your rhymes are long. By the end of this battle, you will suck my dong.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, that's only a 13 that time, so you win the first one. Go ahead and roll again.
That is a 14.
14. 'Tis said she first who clinged into vapor, and then into a cloud, such clouds as flit, like splendor-winged moths about a taper, round the red west, when the sun dies in it. And then into a meteor, such as a caper, on hilltops when the moon is afit, then into one of those mysterious stars, which hide themselves between the earth and Mars. 14, he has +3. 14! It'd be a tie! What you got there, old chap, last round? Who will win?
Wow, your rhymes are matching me so well. It's causing my thing in my pants to swell. I guess sometime we can spend alone so that maybe I could give you my bone.
Ooh, and the crowd roars.
That is a 21.
Ooh, 15, but Jesus. I met a lady in the meads. Full, beautiful, a fairy's child. Her hair was long, her foot was light, and her eyes, they were wild. I made a garland for her head, and bracelets too, and fragrant zone. She looked at me as she did loved, and then I made her moan. Madame, Madame, the beautiful lady without mercy, is one of Joan Keats' best loved and most wide. But you see, for today, I am the one with the extra eye. There's no way I'm beating that 21. 16 plus 3 is 19. Yeah. The crowd goes wild. Well, my friend, it seems today you have won. So I guess I owe you a prize. Hold out your hand, and I might give you my sweet warm thighs. No, I'm going to roll on the carnival prizes chart now. It's a 1d12. Actually, you can roll it for me. Roll me 1d12 there.
7.
He gives to you a reusable Witchlight-themed water bottle. As an action, you can cast the Create or Destroy Water spell. Once used this way, the water bottle loses its magic. The water bottle of water. And as you look around when this thing is done, you can see that the fairies begin to flutter a little bit more. The smile on all the participants' faces seem to grow a little bit larger, and you can feel inside the vibe of the carnival as a whole seems to grow as you step down off the stage, as little kids run around happily, throwing around their streamers and having a good time. It feels as if everything has gotten a little bit brighter.
Well, that's weird. Those children shouldn't even know what I was rhyming about.
Hi, Frog Toys! This is all about anal, huh? Yep, indeed. Okay. And we're still off to the bubble teapots?
Yeah.
Yeah. a lot going on here. Those children need therapy. They do. Yeah, you ain't wrong.
I feel like this is the season of we all need therapy.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. A 20-foot tall teapot rests on what seems to be a wooden platform. Its painted surface whirring with moving imagery of flying dragons, breathing steams of bubbles. A door at the base of the teapot allows entrance into its interior, and it seems those who emerge from the spout are enclosed in a bubble that detaches to float off across the carnival in the sky. You can see...
Chaos card.
Ooh, Reiner gets a chaos card. You can see 7 goblins sit around the platform, sipping tea from mismatched porcelain cups. Other card, huh? Jeez. Blank one. Great. Reiner, you get fancy time.
I must talk like the posh rich person for the next 1d6 minutes, but
Yes.
am I not already in like this, kind of accent
I feel like
where I'm like the posh rich person? So nothing has changed. Your card does nothing. I am still the same. I'm just better than you. Like, you have no idea how much better I am. I'm like this for 2 minutes.
Ooh,
Because I
you get
won
a
my
capsule.
competition.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, the fabulous performers that you all know me as. Just better. Way better.
As you approach, the goblins, a lot of them don't move. But it looks as if one friendly goblin, he waves his, as he sips on his tea. He's got a string of teaspoons on his belt. And you can see the other several friendly goblins just sit around and chatter. But while you approach, he gestures to a sign on his table that reads, "The word that you intend to say. Maybe try saying it in a different way." And he points at it before he even takes your ticket.
Gift and item.
Makes him a trashy. Alright, I'm gonna shuffle, but what do you guys think of this? What do you do? Hops, it's been a while since you've done something. What do you do?
I was gonna hop over to the snail racing. The snail racing.
We can get to the snail raising. But for now, we're
Yeah.
at the teapot. What do you do?
I don't want to mess with the teapots.
This like dingy sign, like what does the dingy sign say? That is like
The word
know.
you intend to say, try saying it in a different way.
well, I was going to say like your sign is trashy, but I said it was dingy instead. I think this works out very well.
Stands up, he looks at you. Like, dingy. No. Dingy no work. Dingy no work. Try again.
Wonderful.
Seem like the tiny green person that's in the carnival, or rather the celebration of the actors and performers here. Say what your name is like the Spoons or something? Do they call you Spoons because of your belt?
Name is it's a tree Clydes. Tree Clydes likes to talk in nonsensical rhymes. If you can replace a word with a nonsensical rhyme, then maybe I'll give you some of my tea.
Oh.
Well, skip daddly-doo. Can I go into the teapot?
Well, that almost rhymed, my tiefling friend. You look familiar.
I haven't been around in a long time, but I used to hang around these parts.
It still didn't rhyme. Try again.
You know I ain't nothing good for rhyming. But I'll think of something.
If you would like to just go in, that's fine, but then no magical tea for you. Frog toys.
Now, this tiny green man, my attention you have took. I just cannot take all your spouting of this gobbledygook. Haha.
Gobbledygook is a good one. That's a really good one. Look, here's some tea. Here's some tea. Pulls out a little leather bag that's got some scatterleaf tea inside of it. This is magical tea leaves. As an action, Reiner, when he gives it to you, you can use this later. As an action, you can scatter these tea leaves on the ground in a 5-foot radius, duplicating the effect of a protection from good and evil spell, and it will last 10 minutes. It's basically like, salt of vampires, put it in a circle kind of deal. Basically like that.
So, like, protection from sea bears. This will work.
Yeah. Protection from sea bears.
Did you say protection from a sea bass?
Don't talk about the sea bears!
Oh, it's a sea bear, not bass. I was thinking
Yes,
like
sea bears! They're never
I was like, what you got to worry about a sea bass for?
You never know when they will strike.
Never know.
I imagine a sea bass would, strike in the sea.
Okay. And then also, of course, from the Court of Chaos, you get an item. Here we go.
Oh, you're giving me all these things. Wow, this carnival is great for me.
The
I've
pomade
gotten all these wonderful things.
of 10,000 styles. Pomade of 10,000 styles. This canister of waxy pomade is a magical property, allowing you to change your hair's color, style, thickness, and length. The canister steadily replenishes itself over time. Once you've used this product in your hair, it returns to normal appearance after you finish a long rest. Hair produced by the pomade that's been cut off turns to dust for 24 hours. It's magical pomade.
I could, totally use this if I want.
Yeah.
Later, though. Later.
Okay. He then waves out his hand for your ticket. He's like, well, are all of you going to ride the teapot bubble ride?
Oh, it's a ride?
Are you guys still having the weight at distribution problem? Like, am I going to be too heavy to take off the ground?
No, you'll be just fine. Increase of magic. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Are all of you going to ride the teapot ride?
I guess we should try to ride it.
Sure.
Okay. He waves you into the teapot after he takes each one of your tickets and pokes one hole in it. He waves you into the inside. And as you guys get in there, it's really dark and you can't see much, but then you start to feel lighter. And one by one, each one of you pop out of the spout of the large teapot. And you're now floating in a large bubble above the carnival. You can see everything below, all the different rides and everything else like that. If you would like to get to one place or another place quickly, this is a good way to do it. But additionally, a character that is suspended in one of these bubbles can make a dexterity check, and you can gain control of the bubble, and then you could actually move anywhere on the carnival map. Of course, don't fail on this check. But while you're up in the air, you look over and you see a bunch of other kids basically playing bumper bubbles with each other, bumping into one another, and popping and falling down to the ground. And if this is something you would like to also partake in, you can.
I would like to take control of mine bubble.
Okay, roll me a dexterity. This would be acrobatics.
This is... Oh, acrobatics? I just rolled the dex... Oh, wait, how do I roll? Oh, those are saving throws.
Yeah.
Hold on. The acrobatics. Oh, okay, it was +2 anyway, so it's still the 10.
Nice. Oddly enough, that's a success. Dr. Hops, what's that?
I'd like to get.
Oh, how nifty.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get control of mine too.
15. You gain control of your bubble. Violet?
Sure, why not? I'll give it a go.
Okay.
That'll be a 17.
Nice. All three of you begin floating together, controlling your bubbles over top of the carnival. Down below, you can see all different kinds of kids and other kinds of people having fun. For example, you can see a dragonborn taking a mighty swig of a fiery-looking cocktail and breathing it out as if he's blowing out red glowing bubbles that they pop with steam. You can also see a trapeze artist flying around in the air as if swinging on nothing. But while you all three look below, I just want to see real quick. Roll me perception, each one of you guys, if you can. This is underneath wisdom. It's a wisdom perception check. You should be able to click that little wisdom guy. Nice.
13.
One's 13.
Got an 8.
Nice.
Got to 17.
All right. Violet and Reiner, you look down below to see a crow person.
A kinku?
A kinku. And they're wearing like a cloak made of familiar fabric that, Violet, you've seen at Madric's house. He's wearing a familiar fabric cloak. But as you're floating above, you can see that he's like tampering.
Cast a cantrip.
Ooh, shape water on Dr. Hop's bubble. Pop. All right, I'm down with it. But first, you can see that the kinku looks like he's tampering with what look like cages behind the big top extravaganza, the big tent. He's like tampering with some cages, and then he flutters away. And you guys slowly float over to the snail races before Dr. Hop's bubble pops. Way up in the sky. Dr. Hops, I need you to make me an acrobatics dexterity save while you fall to the ground. You're about 30 feet up. Don't fail.
I got an 18.
All right. You succeed. So what we're going to do, succeeding on this acrobatics check, you're going to take half damage.
Isn't that how high that a Herengon can jump anyway?
That's true. But falling, totally different thing. You take 6 damage, falling from the bubble down to the ground. You two float down to the ground and pop out of your bubbles as well, landing right beside Dr. Hops, who's on the ground suffering.
Can I scoop him up?
Yeah?
Yeah, are you doing all right? Pudding Paws, are you doing all right?
Not really. Oh.
Hold on.
Did we win?
I think we did. We're over at the snail racing. Isn't that where you wanted to be?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, because I don't know how this works, so I'm gonna bear with me for a second. I think there's something I can do. There's something in my actions that says lay on hands pool.
Nice.
Can
can
I
give
do that?
Up to 5 HP to any person. So each one of those squares is 1 HP you can give. You could lay on hands and heal him.
Could I lay on hands for how many HP did he have to begin with?
8.
8. And he took 6.
Oh Jesus! Then I'd like to do 4 if that's all right. I'd like to lay on hands for 4.
You go. You lay your hands down on Dr. Hops as you're holding him, and you soothe him and kind of rock him back to life. And you can see the magic coming out of you into him, and you can hear your god of vengeance in your head. And he says, "One day we will take vengeance on those who cast cantrips on those of Herengon. We will destroy them for all they're worth. Maritime Gamer TV will die."
You know, that's fair.
Kill him. Kill him now, Violet.
We all
Do it.
We all know a side quest will take him out eventually.
Ooh,
That's
shots
what we
of side
said the
questers.
past 3 years.
Can
He's
I
still
also do something
alive.
in this moment?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
I want to do the bardic inspiration for my party members.
Nice.
While she's doing the spell, I'm going to sing, "Lay your hands on me, lay your hands on me, lay your hands on me."
Nice. 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 Well, okay, as a refresher, will you explain to me exactly how Bardic Inspiration works? I think you just... Is it a performance, and then they get a d6 to add to any ability check? Clap, clap, clap. Yeah, can we get some claps in chat for the first Bardic Inspiration of the campaign?
There will be many
to go
more,
with that.
but yes, the bardic inspirations, the way it works is like the 1d6 for 10 minutes for anybody that can hear it. It says, as a bonus action, a creature other than yourself within 60 feet that can hear you gains inspiration die. And it doesn't look like I have to do the performance.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're just good to go. So they have a d6 for the next 10 minutes to any attribute that they want. Yeah. Hell yeah. It just happens.
I was trying to figure out the chords for that, but I could not, remember.
What sing is always good. All right, guys. In front of you, as you stand up, refresh yourselves, and shake it off, you can see the grandstands next.
Stand. Give us a speech.
Fuck.
What am I doing?
You read the chat?
I can't read.
I got you. Midtime gamer dates and violence. Let
We're gonna
the
have to
people
fix
down.
your Discord suppression, buddy, because
studios.
you are unintelligible. We're gonna have to fix that Discord suppression. Violet, let the people know how good the new story for side questers is.
All right. Does it matter that I haven't watched it yet?
Not at all. Not at all.
All right, let's see.
Careful now.
So the new side questers. It's a pretty great show. It's got one of my favorite actors on the Grouch Couch on it, Fishy, as well as one of the newer members, Backstage Bard. And there's a certain Canadian on it as well. I don't know why we're letting the Canadians in, but he's all right every so often. He does come in here and try to mess everything up for everybody, but I hear they're in a special realm where they do the things that we forgot to do, which good on them for sweeping up behind us. It's like having a personal janitor service. I don't feel the need to finish anything anymore.
Yeah, I'm scruffy.
And it's just a good dang old time. So come on
There you
down
go.
and watch the new side questers.
There you go. Every Thursday, 6 p.m. PST. Jesus. The grandstands next to this race course are filled with cheering fairgoers, ringing bells, swinging rattles, and waving flags. On the starting line, 8 giant snails are having their shells scrubbed by pixies as they flutter around them. Above the circular course, a wooden gantry hangs from the branches of the central tree where 2, looks like a kinku and another fairy, officiate the proceedings. As you know, Violet, snail racing is a highly competitive, fast-paced sport to the carnival goers. It draws in a lively crowd. And you know that crowd goers can participate in the race as snail jockeys. But it does cost 1 ticket punch to enter. You 3 approach. To the left, the stands. To the right, the entry. Who would like to ride a snail?
I'm
Sure.
gonna ride a snail. Wait, ride a snail. I thought they were
No, they're giant snails. They're giant.
Mm-hmm.
So they come up to your chest. They're pretty big for snails. They come up to your chest. You'd be the perfect size for a jockey.
Yeah.
I guess I'll try.
I can do
Well,
this
that's the
too
way you
because I'm the small guy. I can get on the snail. I can mount it, bareback.
Hell yeah. Chat, do me a favor. We need names for 8 snails. The first time in this episode 1, please use the Name a Thing command and throw out random names for snails, like Nimblefoot, High Road, Quickleaf, Flower Flash, Whizzy, Breakneck, or Queen's Majesty, something like that. Racing snails. Throw out 8 names for racing snails. We're going to let each one of these guys pick the name of their racing snail, and I will give them a coordinated color. Fair enough? Escargot. Jesus. All right, you guys. Pick your snail names, will you?
I'm personally not gonna ride one because I'm just much too big for a giant snail.
Oh, you could absolutely ride a snail if you want to. You'll just be a little big. It'll be whimsical, but that's totally up to you. You have the ability. If you don't want to, that's cool.
I'm not built like a jockey. I'd much rather watch and egg 'em on.
All right.
I think I will go for the slippery bipple.
All right, Dr. Hops, which one did you pick? Zibulba.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Zibulba.
Okay. Then for your color, roll me a d8. Roll me a d8 for the color of your snail. We also need a bunch more. So, of course, we're picking escargot. We're picking slowly, hardly, slippery, bippy, Gary, slimy the quick, speedy gone slimer, and the really big one for violet, astroglide. Yes, blink dog. What color did you get? 7. That would be Connor's 7. Your snail is red.
My color is the red. And that's on
yeah.
slippery bipple.
2. Slippery bipple is red, and Zibulba is blue.
Annie!
Zibulba! All right, every snail needs a jockey, and any saddles not filled by you guys as the characters are filled by other attendees. You can see children and kids, you can see fairies and other kinds of monsters, trolls, and stuff like that, all riding on their each other snail, being the names I mentioned earlier. All the snails and their riders, being you two, arrive at the starting line. As you arrive, and your tickets are punched, fireworks start to go off. And a tiny little gnome walks out to the entrance holding 2 flags around his chest like this, ready to send it off. Now, before we begin, the rules are as follows. The race is divided into 6-second rounds. Once the race begins, each one of the snails is going to move along this track at a remarkable speed. Each one of them covers about 80 feet per round by itself. Without riders, the snails aren't even matched, but a jockey, being you two, can try to improve the snail's performance by patting its shell or speaking words of encouragement to it, or singing if you want to. These initiative rolls during this time are unnecessary, but once per round... Oh, goodness. Don't know what cantrip can do this, but just before race finish, turn the finish line to salt. I don't think a cantrip can do that. Maybe prestidigitation can make it look
up.
like that. You can make it look like
We
salt.
ain't
Yeah.
That's fucked up. You want to dissolve all the horses? What kind of fucked up shit you want? You're the type of person that's shooting a horse before they break their leg. What's wrong with you?
That's right. Frog Toys, you belong in the creatures. Everyone who's not in the creatures, feel free to drop some shame bells for Frog Toys. All right. So, once per round, each of you guys can make a DC 12 animal handling check. On a successful check, the snail will move an extra 10 feet, or 20 feet if the check succeeds by 5 or more. On a failed check, though, it moves 10 feet slower, all right? Or 20 feet slower if it is down by 5 or more. When the race ends when one of them travel over 400 feet. If 2 or more snails cross the finish line at the same time, I'll determine it. I've got some notes here, don't worry about that. Signs posted in the stands along the racetrack warn, all right, that everyone can influence the outcome, and no one from in the stands can influence the outcome by magic or anything else like that. But I will allow Violet to encourage once per round either one of these 2 that you want to give an extra D4 to them as a help action, kind of like cheering for them, and you know, but you can only pick one of them to give the help action to once per round, all right?
You got it.
All right. Now, I will need my paper for this. Let me get my paper real quick. Everybody's shaving frog toes. Oh my.
As we cut back to the like racing life, you see Dr. Hops in like one of those like men's bicycling outfits on top of his snail, just like ready to fucking go.
Use that shaking to your advantage. Use it as a tiny motorboat for your snail.
Can I, like, not sit on the saddle of my snail, but, like, hover just above it and also just hold the reins so the reins pull me along?
If you want to, sure.
I feel like it'd be easier on my snail.
Yeah.
And then for all of my words of encouragement, I'm going to be singing to my snail an inspirational song. Could you say it's bardic inspiration if it had effect and I get an extra d6 for my snail? Who knows?
No, but I will let you sing as animal handling. And if you do sing and the song's good enough, I'll give you advantage on your animal handling check.
And you said we're doing this in like the 20 feet segments? 80 feet segments. Okay, but there's multiple segments per the race, right?
It's going to be 5.
Okay. Then I'm going to basically, I'm going to separate my song for the whole race.
Okay. All right, you two saddle up. Violet, you sit down on the stands next to a couple of really nice-looking centaurs, I'm going to say. They're sitting on the stands next to you. One of them looks over, and he's like, hey, aren't you the strong woman?
I used to be.
Yeah, I was a fan. I was here 8 years ago. I came down from Common Steel. The new queen's doing a good job. She raised my income, and now I get to come to the carnival again. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I mean, I if anybody allows me, I'd be willing to put on a little bit of a show later on, but, I could arm wrestle a couple of people.
Really? Where would that be? Where would you do that at? That's exciting.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. We'll see where the night takes us.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm just reminiscing in the nostalgia right now.
This dude's is okay. As you guys sit on your snails, you can hear the snails gurgling and burgling, ready to go. The little dwarf with the flags on his chest waves them, and fireworks go off. One of the fireworks hits a fairy in its wings and burns it, and it's like, help me! And he falls down in the mud, and the snails take off. Both of you guys, you can make the animal handling check or you can not. Now remember, if you fail the check, it'll go slower, but if you succeed, it'll go faster. So, we're going to go clockwise. Reiner?
So,
what do you do?
Mine first. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. I have the +4 to animal handling. Should I do the roll first and then do, the song, or not?
Up to you. You can try to perform.
I'm going to do the roll first.
Okay, that's fair.
So this is a 14.
Okay, that's a success.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive.
Nice, dude. Fucking nice, dude.
We've just been raided and didn't go off.
How you doing? Welcome on in here.
How's it going? Welcome in.
Thank you for
Cheers to
joining us.
Owlbear.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate you, man. Okay, that is a +10 to extra feet.
Couch coin.
Reiner for them pipes. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, that's 3 couch coins for Reiner. Remember, you got them. You could use them bad boys as rerolls. I forgot to say,
this season.
before Dr. Hops goes, Violet, would you like to use the help action?
I would. I would like to cheer for Dr. Hops.
In what way do you think you're going to cheer?
I'm gonna yell real loud. I'm not gonna do it right now because I want to blast out all your eardrums. But I'm gonna say, "Go, Dr. Hops, you beautiful little pudding paws! Shake that tail feather and go!"
Like the entire race line is entirely quiet, and everybody's just like staring at her and staring at me. Like, thanks.
Thanks. All right, so you get a plus 1d4 on your animal handling roll if you choose to make it, Mr. Hops. What do you do?
I plan to make it.
Right.
Oh,
for me.
that's not good.
That's not good. You get a d4. That's a 5. Now roll your d4.
I can't.
And remember, you still have my bardic inspiration as well.
That's also very true. So you get the d6 as well.
And a D6,
That's a full
so
4.
it's a 4. And another 2.
9.
And
That's
then
11.
I'm gonna use the D4 from the tree. Then I
Nice.
got a D4 from the
Nice.
tree.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's another 2. That's a
13. We took a while, boys, but we got there. All right. In what way? You succeed, obviously, by an extra 10 feet. In what way do you encourage your snail?
Oh, I imagine that I am also shaking really fast. So it's just like friction and vibration. We're just slowly gaining speed together.
You're like vibrating this snail, so it's like nice. Okay, these other snail riders,
Low
they're
hanging
not
fruit.
experienced adventurers or experienced snail riders, so all of them just continue riding straight forward at the 80 feet. So you, Dr. Hops and Reiner, are now both 10 feet ahead. You've moved 90 feet, and the initiative comes back around to the top. First, Violet, would you like to encourage either one of these boys on this turn?
Oh, of course I would. I'm once again, I'm gonna go for my little hoppy feeler.
Nice.
My little fuzzle ears.
Yeah. What do you say?
I'm gonna bang my sword on the stands and go like, get your rear in gear. You gotta beat Mr. Glitter Wings.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's good enough. So you get that extra D4. They're Hops, but top of initiative 2 as well. That means Reiner's first. Reiner, what do you do?
Well, I'm going to encourage my snail with the rest of my song.
Nice.
But first, I need to do the roll for it.
Sure.
It's animal handling +4.
Right.
That is a dirty 20.
That's a success, which means it's 5 above the check, which means it goes 20 feet extra instead of the only 10.
And here's the encouragement, snail. So many times it happens so fast. You change your passion for glory.
Cast a cantrip.
Oh, goodness.
Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight for the will to keep them alive.
We'll read that on his turn. Sounds good. It moves 20 feet faster as you flutter above it, holding the reins. Your snail looks up at you. What's his name again?
His name is Slippery Bipple.
Slippery. He's like, his little eyes like turn and look right at you and like blink, and then he tries to go as fast as he can. Before Hop's turn, friends, Dr. Hops gives advantage on charisma checks, like animal handling. But when it ends, the snail knows it was manipulated and becomes hostile. So you're going to get advantage from Blink Dog. Fucking smart-ass action there, Blink Dog. I'm so proud of you. You're going to get advantage on this roll. If you decide to...
That's for charisma checks. Animal handling's wisdom.
I know,
It's
but I
wisdom.
don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm the dungeon master.
Puddin' Bottles is just so cute when he's angry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so you get advantage plus a d4 from the help from Violet. My friend, do you want to encourage your snail this round? You do. You've already... animal handling 13, which is a success plus your d4. Get a 4.
I rolled 2 during that.
You did.
What was
So-
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're good.
When he's angry, he's like a tiny little tea kettle.
It's a 2, which makes it a 15, which doesn't mean it doesn't go 20 feet. But you look down, vibrating at him, and he turns his eyes and looks at you, and then you guys fall 10 feet behind Reiner and his snail. Reiner's gaining. You can see the finish line ahead. The top of the initiative. Violet, who do you help?
I'm once again going. Listen, he don't need none of my help. We're going for Dr. Hops the whole way. We're
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Songbird don't need no help from me. We helping Mr. Jitters.
Sick. Jitters, you are helped once again. Do you do it in another way, or the same as before?
I'm gonna do it in the same way because I don't want to falsely promise nothing.
Nice. You start yelling, and the centaur next to you, he looks and he goes, "You're not only a strong woman, but you're real good at yelling too. You know, me and my centaur wife are trying to enjoy the show."
I mean, you better get into the show. I mean, come on now. This is racing. You get into the racing.
Okay. I'll try. Go, Reiner! Reiner on slippery slipper! Go! Go, Reiner!
That's right. Get into it. It's like you've
is
never
that
been
the-
into the Indy Snail 100 before.
It's only a 10, so he fails his performance, but I was going to give you the help action as well, but he fails. All right, Reiner, what do you do?
Well, I'm going to sing. Is this like this is the last push to the finish line?
There's, counting this one, 2 more.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to perform the next part of the song to encourage my snail.
Saying, motherfucker never been to the Indy Snail 100 before. Like, come on.
Jesus. That's a success. Yep. Not 5 over, but he moves 10 feet. What do you got for us?
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals.
Damn.
And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
Nice. Hell yeah. All right, Hops, how do you follow up?
How do I follow up? How am I supposed to follow up against that?
Think of
I don't know.
the divination crystals.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna reach into my bag and then, like, as we're like flying through, gonna cast the kind of like underline the finger divination crystal straight into the snail.
You're feeding this.
Actually, can I just sprinkle it on him? He'll just absorb it, right?
I guess. Yes, you will. I love that. There you go. Couch coin, Dr. Hops, for giving the snail drugs. Inspiration.
I got 18!
Plus, it's a 21, baby! Plus your 4. Give me that 4. Roll that D4.
That's a 4!
It was a 25, which means you've beaten a number twice. Which means you go 30 feet. So you put some divination crystals on the snail, and the snail looks at you, and its pupils go, wow, as it looks back at you, and then it zooms forward as fast as it can and goes 10 feet past Reiner's snail as he goes, the eyes. One more push, you're 10 feet ahead of Reiner. Written down here. We're at the top. Violet, what do you do?
Yeah, we're pushing through on Mr. Fluffy Feet there.
Nice.
We're pushing through. He gonna get it.
You want to win a race? Use drugs, not hugs.
We gotta be hostile after the race anyways! He'll be fine!
You yell for him, and the centaur's like, no, go Reiner and Slippery Slough, go, 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 go. And he clops his things down. Performance. He still fails. I'm sorry, Reiner. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate it.
All right.
Get your
the
head
last
in the
push.
game, Reiner. We ain't got no time for you to pay attention to the stands.
He's 10 feet ahead of you. And it's the last push. What do you do?
This is the last push.
Yeah, you can see the finish line.
Okay,
up ahead.
well, I can't muck around with like these verses. I need to sing the chorus again, just to motivate the snail.
Yeah.
So on this
Again,
one,
if you
I'm going.
sing first, you do a good job, I'll give you advantage. You keep rolling first, but I told you, if you sing and you do good, I'll give you advantage. So sing first.
Oh,
It's tough. If you have another
yes,
plan, go ahead.
It is tough. This is something. Okay, yes, I want the advantage.
Okay.
It's
Get
the
devotion.
eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of a rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
Eye of the snail.
And then I'm also going to use my D8 that I got from the tree. So
yeah.
there's 1. Okay, 16, which is +4 with the animal handling, so that's a 20.
30, 20.
Plus the D8. Let's see the D8. It's a 3. So it's a 23.
It means you move 30 feet. So you go, and you, the snail looks back at you. You've gone 20 feet ahead of Hops. On you, Hops. What do you do?
Sounds like it.
The underdog.
What's the target number to be able to beat if he's already
So you have to
past
beat a
the
12.
finish line?
Every 5 above the 12, you go an additional 10 feet.
All right.
What do you do?
I mean, I don't think a second dose of divination crystal would help. Kind of burn the nose.
Just rub it in. Oh.
You're going to OD your snail.
He's like at the finish line. You got a point, dude. I'm gonna roll a constitution save for the snail, baby. Oh, goodness. There we go.
I got a 17 plus 3, which is 20.
Dirty 20. You've got nothing
And
else,
then,
though. Oh, the
but I have
D4
to
from
do
the
more
elf.
from
That's a 23, baby! Which means you move 30 feet. He sings. And he rushes past you, singing, and you start sprinkling more divination crystals on your snail, and his pupils get even bigger. They're completely black now. Like, wow. And he looks forward and sees Reiner whipping the reins, just sing into this fucking snail, and you're just rubbing drugs into the skin of this snail, and it zooms forward at the last second, and the snail goes through the finish line. Is Reiner, you land down on the ground afterwards, finish your song, you strum it out. It looks like Dr. Hops has won this day.
Yeah, what was that constitution roll now?
I know. Now we'll see if the snail survives. Constitution, we'll call it a 12. Natural 20. The snail is livid, dude. The snail is happy. The snail is like, sick. The snail is like, I am Zabulba, and I can see the future.
Can I buy this snail? I'm gonna take him with me.
I imagine the snail starts like talking like exactly like Zabulba. It's like, Annie! You got me drugs, Annie!
He's got the big old eyes, and he's like, it's me, I'm here today, the doctor. Oh, you want to raise today, and I will win, and fucking shit. As you hop off your snails, the whole crowd goes wild. The centaur stomps his clops down next to you, Violet. And Violet, you run, you jump over the fences, and you go and you give Dr. Hops a big old hug because he won. And you swing him around in the air.
I'm lifting him over my head, being like, this is the motherfucking champion.
Yeah, the whole crowd goes wild. They're like, Hops, 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 Hops. Can we get some hops in chat? Chat, come on, give us some hops in chat. Hops, Hops, Hops. The whole crowd goes wild. A jockey comes over. He's holding like this whipping thing with a little piece of leather on the end of it. And he's real small. He's a little small, little gnome jockey. He comes over and he goes, it looks like you have fed my snail drugs. Does this mean you will be buying my snail on this day?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the snail's for sale?
Yes, well, buying a racing snail is a very expensive price there, Herengon. Do you have the money?
Well, how much is a snail?
They're about 100 gold.
Did he give us any gold before we left?
And then you both look over and you see the snail, and the snail's like, I can see the future! Like going in a circle. And he's like,
I love it.
well, maybe 30 gold.
The snail says, fuck no, brother!
Let me ride a drunk snail. Well, you couldn't come back. You can buy the snail later. Look, I just want you to know that if you've drugged my snail, you must next time be screened and checked before you participate in snail races.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. No. We all know anything goes at these snail races. It says directly so on the sign.
Well,
I've been read it many times.
Anything goes except drugging the snails. I do believe that is illegal. Have you ever tried to take steroids when it comes to gumball? That's right. We do not give steroids to the snails.
Look at the size of me. Does it look like I need steroids?
No! But we're not talking about you, are we? We're talking about the snails now. We do not want to be drugging the snails.
Can I take this opportunity to like, I want to like, you know, pat my snail and said he do a good job and, you know, ask him if he wouldn't mind if I'd take some of his slime and like put it in my pocket.
Sure. I think all the encouragement you did to the snail, I won't make you roll animal handling again, but as you pet him and you're nice to him, he kind of like rubs up against you, and you just stick your hand down underneath, and he just kind of like lifts up and like lets it happen. Like he thinks you're trying to pet him, but you're just stealing the...
I don't think that's how you pet them.
That's not what's happening right there. That's a form of mating for snails. You're going for its glands.
Actually, most of you are false. I've seen snail matings. They do it on a leaf and they drip down in the slime as they wrap themselves around each other. This is simply me just gaining resources for maybe something that I could use later. You know, lube.
There was a potion of lube at one point.
Yeah, so where did that potion go to? Banana? Dave's banana, which by the way, you still owe us pictures. Dave, who you have to say who the potion's going to, which of the players, because there was a potion of lube that was given out. He hasn't used it yet. Reiner, gotcha.
There we go.
Okay, and Dr. Hops, as the winner, another gnome comes around, and he gives you a potion of advantage. The jockey that comes in last, which wasn't you, so don't worry about that, but you get a potion of advantage. When you drink this potion, you gain advantage on an ability check, saving throw, or anything that you choose within the next hour. You get a potion of advantage.
I would like to go back over to the snail salesman and be like, I will trade you this potion of advantage, a crossbow, and a mace for that snail.
Roll
Where
me
do you get
persuasion.
a crossbow?
We'll call it an 18.
You don't want to know.
You're bringing weapons
persuasion.
inside as a carnival?
Persuasion DC 18. Chat, you could help with +1s, just so you know. Hit it.
It's a 19!
That's a 19! He goes, okay. Yes, I will take your crossbow, your potion of advantage, and your whatever. Just set it on the table. You can take the drugged out Zibulba. He's fine. We don't want the drugged out Zibulba anymore anyway, so You may take him, feed him, do whatever you want with him. You'll keep him here with the rest of the day, but make sure you come and get him before the carnival departs, okay?
Gift and item.
Okay.
Hooray!
Are you going to take good care of this snail?
Oh, this snail's gonna be well taken care of.
You promise that? Because you did get drugs to the snail. I don't know.
Having the time of his life. He's just like doing like pull-ups on a chin-up bar off on the side.
Yeah, we look out the
Oh my
window,
god!
and the snail's just like going in circles, just like...
Somehow it found sunglasses.
Somehow it's got... Yeah, it's like Slur McKenzie.
I was about to say, did we just turn this snail into Slurms McKenzie?
Yeah, we did. We did.
The ultimate party worm?
Manhorns, fast and liquefying razors. There you go. A random item for Dr. Hops. Okay, he's like, and here is a consolation prize. You also get the bottled abyss.
Say what now?
The bottled abyss is a consolation prize. This small vial has a single dose of a fuming pitch black poison. When a creature eats or drinks it, it takes 46 psychic damage. Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, the creature becomes blind and unable to sleep. When an affected creature attempts to rest, their dreams are plagued with terrible nightmares, preventing them from benefiting from long rest. The creature can reattempt a saving throw every 24 hours. The potion lasts until the affected creature succeeds on the saving throw or is cured by greater restoration. You got a bottle of poison. From Eddie.
Good God.
Yeah.
I almost imagined, like, instead of a consolation prize, like, this is what Slur McKenzie throws up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. But it's like,
Well, it
it
looks
is
like your
just
snail was
what I
already
use
doing
and-
drugs. You were just looking to unload him.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, as you three step back outside into the area, you can see Zaboba going crazy. But everything, now that you've won this ride, once again, you can see the kids seem happier. The smiles on the crowd get larger. The centaur you were previously talking to is full on smiling now, and you can see that the mist gets thicker. The pixies are even brighter. Everyone is happier once again at the carnival, as if everything is, the vibes have gotten even higher.
Now, do I know this trick from being there for like 8 years myself?
Roll me a wisdom check.
Oh, well, that's not going to do me any good. Normal.
Yeah, that's an 8.
That's an 8.
You're not sure. You're really not sure.
All right.
No. Now, one last time I would guide all of you guys to the map. Exactly what you would like to go and do next. But as you're walking around, there is a clown. You guys leave this area. And before you proceed to the next area, there is a clown that approaches you guys. And he looks a little something like this. A clown. Blowing bubbles out of his pipe. He's wearing green and purple striped clothes. And he sees the three of you, and he blows out some bubbles out of his pipe, and he's like, yeah.
I don't fucking talk to crowds. You talk to him.
Oh?
Well, hi there.
Hello?
You all right there? You seem a bit loopy.
Doing just fine. It's been a few years since we have crowned a Witchlight monarch. It seems that one of you are on their way to doing such thing. You see, The carnival must reach a certain level of hype before we can do the crowning. If it doesn't reach that level, then the crowning won't happen, but it looks that you three are on your way to making the carnival crowning happen.
Oh, that's just lovely.
Good.
Is there like a special prize that we get for this carnival crowning if we make it
Yes.
happen?
You do the crown, and then, of course, you get an audience with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. You have a dinner, and then you are crowned royalty in all of the Feywild for becoming the Witchlight monarch.
Oh. You know. This could
Fast
get
track
us.
seat to power with just a little bit of oof. Why not?
Yes. This was helpful information. Thank you, John Wayne Gacy.
You're welcome. My name is Thaco. I hope that I have been helpful on this day.
You have been. Thank you.
Good. If you need jokes, hips, hops, what have you, I will be around.
See you later, Thaco.
Stop. He ganders off. You three are walking through the carnival, deciding where to go next after this. And you hear, well, you see, the lights dim, pixies settle, and a hush falls over the whole crowd. A second later, a spotlight illuminates the big top extravaganza. The area where the big circus tent was, you were previously, and lights. And you hear a voice, an elven, happy voice, coming throughout all of the air. It says, gather round, gather round! Now is the time for us to celebrate the big top extravaganza. Performers and those who wish to watch those who perform, please gather in the big top. For now, we will perform as a celebration of our first day here in Intoxica. Join! And the voice settles. And the spotlights continue, and all the fairies go back to their business. The pixies reflutter around. And you can see Thaco, or John Wayne Gacy, skipping off to the big top.
Well, I think we
He
should go
must-
to the big top now. I mean,
That
everybody
sounds like a good idea, but like he must be a new entry to the carnival because he gives me the willies.
Yeah, he's kind of creepy, just a little bit, but he's got like, I don't know, like, free loving attitude about him. I could chill with him.
Just be sure you don't get buried in his crawl space. My goodness.
No, probably not. We like, smoke his pipe, chill, maybe sing some like cool music. It seems like he could hit high notes that I could not.
True. As you three are walking, before you decide exactly where you want to go, you see stall. And the stall is dusty and old. There's no lights on it, like everywhere else. There's no streamers. The ones that are there are fallen down and kind of wisping in the wind. As you three walk by, you look at it, and you see there's a sign. It says, come one, come all, to see the strong woman. And there's a crudely drawn picture of Violet on a small little sign. And it says, she could lift you up in the air. You can guess your weight. Not even care. And you see that there's a small little platform with a bunch of weights all over it. And there's just plastered pictures of Violet's face. And they're all dusty and old and
Your
kinda
twin
faded.
sister! We found her!
No, that Hops, honey, that's me. I used to work here. That's me.
Well, your clothing choice was definitely more interesting back then than it is now.
Well, yeah, it
She
wasn't
didn't wear
Paladin.
any clothing.
I wasn't a Paladin yet.
I don't know.
I mean,
This clothing seems more appealing to me in some way. Can't quite put my finger on it, but
is it because my
maybe you should
teeth
try
are
this
Finger
out?
on it.
I got legs showing and my teeth are out. I don't know what to tell you. I'd imagine that's what you're looking at.
I'm
maybe.
trying not to look.
That might be what it
Answer.
is, yes. No, yes, I think it's now that I can entirely picture you naked now. This is why. Is there any sexy carnival goers like
sexy.
around our area?
Depends on what you mean by sexy.
Oh, well, you know, like maybe there's like a drunk, maybe not drunk, but you know, like a
John Wayne
gnome
Gacy
lady.
turns around. Did you say sexy?
There's no like hot moms in the area that are like having their kids there and they're walking around maybe looking for them.
I think yes, but I think not here. Not yet. But I think yes.
Oh. So you're telling me I have to go with the blue balls because looking at this picture has like aroused me? This is crazy.
I mean, I'm still wearing clothes. It's essentially I'm just wearing like stuff to cover my bits. I got like a
Yes.
small
Hey!
bodysuit on.
But what you fail to mention is that these are skin tight, and I can perfectly see both of your nipples.
What the fuck?
You don't understand why one's so much bigger than the other.
Well, I didn't get them pierced at the same time. So I went like a couple of years with just one pierced, and then I finally got the other one, and then that one perked up too.
Now, is that why one hangs down way lower than the other two?
That's not a titty, hops. That's the meat flaps. And plus, and that thing that's hanging down, that's my tail. You know that's my tail. You see it like every day.
Oh, ew. But you don't ever see the shaft.
You hear to your left. The whole area is kind of quiet because everyone's gone to the big top and the lights have kind of dimmed. But you hear to the left the sound of a cane and the pitter-patter of small feet and claws. And you look to see Nikki Midnight, who's approached. And Nikki, of course, the raccoon. For those of you who have not seen Nikki Midnight, he's like... And Nikki's like, well, it seems that you found your tribute. Yeah, doesn't matter what realm we go to, we always keep this up because you know how much you've done for the carnival. You know. Of course, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light never decided that, you know, they didn't think that you were good enough, you know? And that's a shame on them, because all of us carnies, we know how much you did, Violet. So we make sure to set this up just for you every time. We've kept those old posters.
I do miss it sometimes, but you know, learning the reason I ended up here wasn't as nice as I thought. You know, that's made me want to strike out on my own.
That's very true. But us carnies always treat each other as family. Doesn't matter where you come from, how you got here. We just know that you're here now, so we treat each other as family. And you will always be a part of our family, Violet.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Are you going to the Big Top show?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that this year, the Big Top might be good enough. We might get some random performers that actually raise the happiness of the carnival high enough so we can actually, you know, manage to crown a Witchlight King, if you will. We haven't had that ceremony in a while, and it'd be good to have so.
Yeah, I can't recall ever seeing one, that's for sure.
Right. Well, hopefully we can get there. Are any of you guys performers? Well, of course, besides you, Violet.
I can always whip out a couple of things, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
I can consider myself a performer, but more just like a performer for love. I don't necessarily, you know, play without getting the benefit of, the body afterwards. But, it seems that I can, sway people a certain way with my music. And,
They do say
and
that
stuff
the
like that.
Witchlight Monarch does get tail. So, hey, if you perform the best and you manage to become the Witchlight Carnival, or the Witchlight Monarch, then maybe you will get yourself some tail there, Rhina. But
well, this is good because I have just been diagnosed with the blue balls, so I can take care of that.
You've been diagnosed.
Yes, it was a self-diagnosis that I make, but,
Okay.
all the same, my balls are blue.
Well, before we go inside, before I do anyway, speaking of blue balls, over here, you see, there's like some weights scattered about. And he tries to pick up one of the weights, and he's just a tiny little raccoon, and he like drags it over, and he's like, I know this was your favorite, and I would love one time if you were to just lift this for me.
Stand. Give us a speech.
Afterwards, we'll let Connor do a speech about blue balls. But he drags it over to you, and he's like, one more time, just lift it for me. I would love to see it. It's been a while.
I mean, of course.
You reach down,
It's not.
you pick it up. Will you make me a strength check? It's been a while. I want you to just do me a strength check.
Strength. Press the strength button. And then that one. And then do normal.
The natural 20. The first natural 20 of the campaign, chat! Chat, come and get some hype in chat right now. Come on, chat. Come on, cheers to you. Cheers to you. The
Cheers.
First natural 20. Stand up, take a bow. The first one of the campaign, everybody. That's right. Cheers to you. Oh, yeah. Very
And
good,
on
very good.
such a pivotal moment.
I know. Beautiful. And I know a lot of groups, just so you guys know, don't do like cool ass shit on nat 20s on skill checks. That's kind of in the rules, but around here we do. We very much so do. You pick up this thing with ease and hold it above your head, and these two, Hops and Rhino, you look up at this weight, and you can see that the weight on it says 500 pounds. And it looks like Violet's holding it up over her head with one single hand. And you look down, and you see Nikki Midnight looking up at you in complete awe, like their jaw drops, and they're like, I forgot how strong you were. You're a big lady. You know, someone like you could just destroy my whole life. How big are your hands? Can I see? Hold up their hands, and they like
Not
put
as
their
big as-
head in your hand, and it's just like tiny. Like you could put your hand over their head and like crush their skull in one palm, but they just put their head in. They're like,
But you
wow.
know it's nothing compared to my thighs. That's the
Oh.
most poureful part.
Hey, you
I
know,
just
you could-
imagine like the raccoon immediately grabs her hand and just
no, but they look down at your thighs and they're like, wow. You know, you could crush my head like that, like with a watermelon. You ever crushed a watermelon between your thighs?
You know that was one of my favorite Saturday night acts. That was always my favorite.
My goodness.
Free snacks afterwards.
Yeah, what I would pay to see that again. Well, anyways, look, I'm gonna get out of here. If you need anything, let me know. Wait. 1 second. What brings you three here in the first place, anyway? What are you here for?
Well, I don't know. I just felt like we were drawn here. It felt weird, like we were being called.
Well,
And also because, this
no.
old guy told us to come and like look for someone or something. I don't know. But I feel like we need to be here for some reason.
and I went out to reconcile things with my family, but I went back to Intoxica and I found I didn't know how to get back home. So I tried to find you guys for like the last 8 years, trying to maybe get directions back to where I belong. And kind of hooked up with these two
Not
little
hooked
buns.
up, not hooked up. We're just friends. Just friends.
Okay, good.
Yeah, what?
Well, if you're looking to get back to, of course, Prismere, the Feywild, I've tried to get back there a few times, but it seems that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have that secret locked up tight. The only way you're going to be able to figure out how to do that is if you can find a way to get an audience with them. Like, if you manage to become the Witchlight Monarch, then maybe you can get an audience with them and figure out your way into Prismeer. But that's the only way home.
If there was anybody that could be a monarch, it'd be you, Violet.
True.
Well, thank you kindly, Puddin' Pals. I looked the wrong way.
That's fine. I didn't know where you were looking, but I understood. Like, I look away from people when I talk to them, too. Anyways, I was just wondering. I'm gonna go over there to the big top, and I guess I'll see you guys over there.
We'll see you in a few.
He steps on. Walks away.
I hate to have you go, but I'd love to see you walk away.
And his tail. Like, their tail. Flips around. Those thighs are dreams. That's right.
Yeah, well, Gala has first-hand experience. Gala's got her in her head squished between my thighs before.
True story.
There's a picture. Gala, post that in the Discord under the couch chat. Go show everybody. That's happened.
Show everybody what they're missing.
Show them what they're missing, baby. So, you guys are left now here in front of her area. You can go to the big top, or there are a few more stalls you can go to instead. Whatever you like to go and do next is kind of how we're going to finish off this
Well, if we
episode
go to
tonight,
another
so
stall,
choose
do we
wisely.
miss what happens under the big top?
Of course not. It'll just happen afterwards.
Because I want to
This
kind
is
of
a
go to the
big-
Hall of Illusions.
I was like, is the big top accepted that we could start at the next time?
For sure.
Then to the Hall of Illusions!
To the Hall of Illusions we go.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't get the speech on the blue balls.
Oh, the blue ball speech. On air.
Oh yes, you were promised that. Okay, hold on. Is this high enough? This is like,
Yeah, that's good.
or do you want like more crouchings there?
That's good.
Just smoke a little bit more, then you'll be high enough.
Okay, well, you guys know that like the blue balls refers to the pain or heaviness caused by delayed orgasm. Most males don't regularly experience it, and it's not generally serious. But for me and mine balls, it's very serious. I could get like, the tummy ache, or the like thigh cramp or the groin cramp but it's very, strenuous for me. So the best way to cure the blue balls is to immediately orgasm as quick as possible. So this is what I'm trying to do by finding the sexy, like, mommy lady or something like
You
that.
got hands.
Yeah. Well, I have the hands, but I can't very well, do that at a carnival, especially with, the John Wayne Gacy walking around. It's kind of weird. So I have to
might
wait
do it
until I
for
can
you.
find a sexy lady to go into, the back of the stall with. Or perhaps a very sexy man. But he has to be the very sexy man.
All right, sit your ass down. We'll take it. I came. All right, it takes you guys about, 30 minutes or so to get to the other side of the carnival. On your way to the Hall of Illusions, which you want to go to before you attend the Big Top Extravaganza. As you approach, you can see a wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and green flowing cape hovers inside of a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. You can see in front there, a halfling couple holds hands as they approach the glass cabinet at about the same time as you. One of the halflings is wearing a butterfly face paint, and he drops down to one knee, pulls a small box from his pocket, and his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing, and then darts into a nearby tent without even getting his ticket punched.
Wow.
Stands there. laughing.
Brutal.
Yes. As you three approach, each one of you, roll me a history check, if you will.
Ooh. I
Where's
do
that?
not know the subject. I have a 13.
Got a -1 in history, huh?
Got a 14.
Jeez.
I got a 16.
Violet Femmes. Looking at the statue, you recall this statue was made of Tasha. And it was one of the names repeatedly used by the Witch Queen, a legendary archmage, and they made this statue. You remember this statue from your time here as being a statue that casts Tasha's hideous laughter spell at anyone that comes within a few feet of it. Whether the saving throw succeeds or fails, the creature is always put under the effect of Tasha's hideous laughter. So, the female halfling stands there laughing, and the male has run away. Next to it, of course, is the large tent which leads into the Hall of Illusions if you decide to ignore.
So wait, what does the statue do? It makes people laugh.
Yeah, it puts anybody under it. Is there a reason it puts people under a laugh? Like, do we know?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, it's
Like-
a statue that has like a glyph on it, basically. So anytime anyone comes near it, they get the spell cast on them.
So why didn't the halfling man get the spell cast on him?
You can only assume maybe he wasn't close enough.
Can I just like
rules.
hip check the halfling girl, like just like a few feet that like out of the way? That way she stops laughing and maybe comes to her senses.
Sure you can. Roll me strength though, because I want to see how hard a 6'10"
Oh my
tiefling
God.
hip checks a halfling. Hip checks, in your sense, in the face of this halfling. Roll
No,
me a
it'd be in the back. It would be in the back.
strength. I don't know if that's any better. A 17 plus 2, that's a 19. You fucking boof, bunt her over. She scatters through the dirt and stands up. She's laughing like, what just happened? What's going on?
You better
And
go
then-
find your partner there, honey.
And
That's
then
my partner.
I bust out into song.
Yeah, you just laughed at his proposal. You about ruined your own relationship. You better go find him.
Oh no, Ruben! What do you sing, Reiner?
Oh, I was going to say, you dumped that guy and I bet I felt it. I tried to reach you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back.
And out of the alleyway. Keep going. Wait, no, keep going. Out of the alleyway. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. Get back. Guess another reason that it just was
The reason.
There you go. Out of the alleyway, the gnome steps out, still holding the ring, crying.
Our name
And the
is
female says, Ruben, of course I'll marry you, Ruben. And the female halfling gets down on her knees and grabs the ring. And then he stands up and hugs her, and she hugs him, and he puts the ring on her finger, and they start kissing. And then you can feel the happiness of the carnival once again grows another level as they both hold hands and skip away.
Open up your mind and think like me. Open up your plans, damn you're free. Open up your heart and you'll find the sky is your course. Oh, did they leave? I didn't know they left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They hold hands and they skip away. And you could feel the happiness grows again. The pixies, the brightness, everything just, the air grows a little bit more heavy. People around you smile a little bit more. But now in front of you, the Hall of Illusions. This large tent is painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies divided into pools of color. The helical stripes of the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems to befuddle all of the onlookers. A clown, dressed in muted garb, stands at the tent's entrance, just blinking at you, and he mimes.
Can I hold out my ticket to him?
He takes your ticket and he stamps it. but he's like,
You don't have a voice? Would you like me to talk for you? I don't have a voice. So be chill with me. Give me your ticket. No,
No,
give me
he's
your...
gonna take your voice when you enter the hall.
Oh, I'm going to take... No. You should be quiet when going into the... Okay, no. One word. Chicken.
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 You're a chicken?
Chicken. Oh, if you are scared, you will lose your voice. No.
like, he mimes like a beak and like feathers, and he walks around like a bird.
A kangaroo?
A Kenku took your voice. Oh, didn't we see like the Kenku walking around?
Me?
There
Oh,
was a
that's your
kangaroo. We
kangaroo?
did.
Did this happen tonight? Does this happen to you tonight? Why haven't you told any? Well, you can't tell anybody. You need to get
the
help.
kangaroo.
And then he holds out his hand for your guys' tickets. Like, he just told you this information. Like, if you can help, please help me. But my voice has been taken.
Darling, let me see what we can do. Is there anybody we can contact within? Is like Mr. Witch or Light or
He signs to you
John
like,
Wayne
why are you
Gacy?
miming? I can hear just fine.
Because
why are you miming?
Because I need you to make those symbols back to me so I know which one you're talking about.
He's like,
Can I like look around for like maybe like a book or something, or like a scrap of paper?
oh, for him to write on? Sure. Roll me a perception roll. You don't believe it, a 300-pound man eating a chicken in a sideshow.
This is a 18.
This is 18. Sure, there's a book on a stand right next to him, and you point at it, and he grabs it, and he hands it to you, and then you hand it back to him, and he writes down on the book. He's like, random Kenku stole my voice. I haven't been able to speak. If you find this Kenku, please get my voice back and return it back to me. Fairy magic. Am I right? Question mark.
You are
Oh,
right
yes.
indeed.
Berries.
Yeah.
This fairy magic just could be like a bad thing sometimes. I'm sorry.
He looks like this.
That's why you never tell anybody when they say, Can I have your name? You never answer with your real name. 'Cause then they owe your name.
Cool. So he tells you guys his information. He stamps each one of your tickets, and now you are free to enter the Hall of Illusions or try to find this Kenku, but it's totally up to you guys.
I'd like to go in.
Right?
Yeah, we could do this later for this guy. He's not like dying or anything.
No. I'm not missing. Oh, on the paper he writes that he knows more information dealing with the mermaid that's actually involved with Silversong Lake, and if you return to him, he'll be able to, kind of guide you through that, and he can actually cast a lot of prestidigitation to make your experience more fun. But now, you guys enter the Hall of Illusions.
What does prestidigitation mean?
Prestidigitation. As you step inside, tall mirrors line the interior walls of the tent. The mirrors near the entrance reflect all the onlookers on the outside, but their images grow steadily older until the mirrors on the inside, within, they reflect onlookers in their twilight years. As you guys scrutinize your own reflections looking in the mirrors, I would like each one of you to describe to me maybe what you guys looked like as children, maybe what you might look like as old age. Starting clockwise with Reiner.
I see a very sexy man, a fairy man, that has like a cool streak of like gray through his hair. And he's still very like muscular, yeah. Like he's all oiled up and he's sexy. He does not wear shirts anymore. And he is playing this awesome like flame guitar that is like it's got a bunch of notes on it. And there is like, you know, every kind of like lady from you know, different races, like gnomes, goblins, you know, the tieflings. They're all like grabbing at his feet, you know, as he stands proud. Oh, actually, there's also like, you know, this, you know, the one sexy elf man in there somewhere too, you know, and he is standing there proudly with his guitar, and he looks epic.
There you go. Okay, Violet.
Now, did you say we're young or old?
And
Young and old. Well, when I look in, I mean, I see my younger self, and I'm real small. I'm real small and I'm real scrawny, and I got auburn hair. Like I still have red hair, but it's much more natural looking. It's me before the fairy magic touched my hair, but it's wild and crazy. And I'm holding like a book, and I seem real frail and nerdy like. That's what I'm going with.
I love that. I love that. Hops? Oops.
I don't feel good, guys. Something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm. Tiny little bunny. Yeah.
Imagine he's like having an odd body experience, and he's just imagining being a toy bunny, just super young, and she's like, ah.
Nice, dude. I love that. I'm gonna give you a couch coin for the prop work. Love that. Ba-ding. Okay. As you guys see each other and yourselves in different lights throughout the whole Hall of Illusions, you walk through it, and it takes you a little while to get through it, being that there's mirrors everywhere, and you are seeing different versions of yourself, young and old, and other kinds of stuff like that. But as you're walking through, Violet, you do indeed see yourself with a book. You're reading, you're writing, and the vision kind of wisps as you're looking at it. I would like you to make just an intelligence check for me, looking at this thing. I know it's not good.
That's not gonna go well.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
All right. It wisps away. And Reiner, as you're walking through the Hall of Illusions, you also see images of yourself, young and old. You see yourself young, walking through the Feywild with your bard friend, of course. And she's teaching you songs, and you're learning together. You're sitting on top of mushroom toadstools, and singing songs to one another as fairy pixies float around. But I would like you to make me an intelligence roll as well.
Can I say something as this is happening?
To the mirror? Sure.
Well, as I see Selena,
Yeah.
I want to like whisper under my breath something in the language from my hometown. I'm going to like barely say, Solange ich ein Geschicht habe, hast du einen Sitzplatz?
Is that real German?
It means as long as I have a face, you have a seat.
Yeah, that was real
Jesus.
German.
You got a 2 with a -1. That's a dirty 1 on your intelligence check. So as soon as you say that, it whiffs away. as if there was no reaction. You three continue for a little while through the Hall of Illusions, eventually making it to the end. Or at the end...
Reroll.
Oh, you got a reroll from Edgy.
Oh.
I'm gonna move the placement of it.
The 17.
Ooh. On a
Wow.
17, instead of it wisping away, you say that. And it's almost as if the image of you and her, it's almost as if she turns and looks at you, and the mirror kind of turns to like liquid for a second. And then it solidifies, and then she goes back to singing to you.
This is weird.
Touch it.
Can I touch the mirror?
You do, and it's a solid mirror.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now, you three eventually make it to the end of the Hall of Illusions. We're at the end. The person who greeted you at the front is there, miming away, congratulating you guys on your succession of making it through the Hall of Illusions. And of course, he hopes that anything you've seen on the inside helps you in your adventures. And he does this kind of through miming, and it takes a little while because he doesn't have a voice. But eventually, he leads you back on your way on the inside of the carnival. And then you three head to the Big Top Extravaganza. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end the episode for the night. Yes,
I
indeed.
like it.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hey, anybody watching here on YouTube or on Spotify, make sure to subscribe or rate the show by clicking the little 5-star thing, the little star thing, and then rate the show here on Spotify to help us out. And anyone here watching live, thank you so much for being here and being awesome. We really do appreciate you guys.
Linda followed.
DC,
Gala for 100 biddies. Looter Shooter followed you. Spice Illustrations 100 bits. Rito Bendejo.
Looter Shooter.
D-Town for the 1,000 biddies. Forge of Lore with 69 biddies. DFD, Forge of Lore with the community sub. Edgionic, Reef Up, Everyone's Up, Certifiable Nerd, gifted 10 community subs. Aloha Busy, resub for 1 month. Children Proteus, gifted 5 subs to the channel. D-Town, gifted 10 subs to the channel. Lord, rated with a party of 6. Neural Freak followed you.
Thank you all so much for watching the show and joining us
11
for
viewers.
episode 1 of Wild Beyond The Witchlight. You know, you guys rock.
They
You
locked
really
me in a
do.
room.
Thank you so
Rubber
much.
room
This has
with
been
rats. And
a
rats
fucking
make me
blast.
crazy.
And I had the
Crazy.
jitters going
I
into the
was
show
crazy
tonight.
once.
Like,
They
legit.
locked me in
I was
a room.
like,
A rubber room.
what's
with
gonna
rats.
happen? I don't know.
The
And I
rats
was
make
just
me crazy.
I was just so scared and happy and
Crazy.
excited, and it was crazy.
I
So
was crazy once.
thank you all for joining
locked
us.
me in a room.
Huh? You guys
The
rock.
rubber room with rats. And rats make me crazy.